to be flat about. I take it as a challenge. It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Green Bay. It's the Giants and the Packers on Sunday night.
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid rain. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the New York Giants and the Green Bay Packers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And just in case you didn't know in the days leading up to the NFC title game, you definitely know now. No rookie quarterback has ever won the Super Bowl. But this is getting towards uncharted territory. This is a monster deal. If this offense believes in it, which I believe that it does, they could be the ones to break that streak. And having spent time around this team, I'm starting to believe they're going to get it done.
That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll get this up to the 34. And a good lane opening up right away for him. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Now he didn't have a chance to scan the field. He got a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. So every point is precious.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw. Wolf. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Wolf. That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Giants have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally. This will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the touchdown from Kenny Galladay. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it. And he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a toss here, short side. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson. 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Holding offense.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 27.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And that'll bring up 4th down. And a good sack so far.
Third and long, he knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now this one complete on the slant route. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. A nice throw there. And this is a quarterback, you remember, looking to do what no other rookie has done, and that's lead his team into the Super Bowl.
And now you've made me go back down memory lane a little bit because we have had a few guys come close. Think about Patrick Mahomes in 2018. 2nd year in the league, but his first as a full-time starter. I go back to 2000 with the Vikings and Dante Culpepper. Also his first year as a starter. But this would be something I think would be very noteworthy.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And this is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 2nd and 5. This is caught. And it's a Packers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Packers are able to move back in front.
I'll let let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
And New York set to take the field.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter, and he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down. Wolf got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw on second down. Wolf.
That's caught again by Schultz.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And out of bounds right around the 20.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Operating from the gun, Wolf. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Well, hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Operating from the gun, Wolf. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Wolf.
A quick throw, knocked away and incomplete. 3rd and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game.
They'll look to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Gay's kick is good, and that will knot us up at 10. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's action. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And they were able to have some success throwing the football against the secondary. Look for that to continue as they try to break this deadlock. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is, and doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
He takes this for 3 to the 29. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw on third down. Wolf. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he goes out right around the 39. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Wolf. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Wolf. That's caught by Galladay. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a A 22-yard scamper.
And the Giants have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Well, sure looked pretty coming off of his hand, but sometimes you might have to take a little bit off of it. That one looked a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, but off the tip, hey, they still got the catch, right?
It's amazing, isn't it? Even when it goes wrong, it turns out right.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 43. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Now he'll try to run with this.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. 13 yards, first down, Packers. One quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
He's got the hook up with Doubs. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
62 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now a handoff running through the middle. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Throwing to start the drive. Wolf. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out of there. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. He's back to throw. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll look to throw. He's into the end zone, so they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but his top 2 options were not available on that throw, so he went the safe route, worked out pretty well.
It's like you were in the pocket. How about you going through the progressions like that? But a lot of offenses say touchdown to check down. Look downfield first, bring it back to the line of scrimmage. Not easy for a rookie to do. Oftentimes they get one look and they make their decision off of that. He went through 3. That was impressive.
(17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. Now another timeout called for by the offense As the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for New York. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe call is to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Well, 4 quarters couldn't settle things. It's going to take overtime to figure out who wins the George Halas Trophy and punches their ticket to the Super Bowl. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. And the Giants ready to come out now. Well, CD certainly doesn't get any more exciting than this. Overtime in the postseason. Of course, keep in mind things are different than the old way it was. In the playoffs now, both teams guaranteed a possession, so a touchdown here, if they get one, the ball game will not be over.
And partners, we both know many people have called for this change before, and they finally got it. After the Buffalo-Kansas City Classic in the 2022 playoffs, Patrick Mahomes and KC, they scored first. Game over. Josh Allen and Bills never touched the football. People hated that. Now if the game reaches OT, every playoff team has a chance to fight to extend their season. So the plan has got to be, if you win the toss and you take the ball, reach the end zone and score, and put as much pressure on your opponent as possible to try and win a game in OT in the playoffs.
They keep it with Barkley on first down.
They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, second down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Back to throw. Wolf, he finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Well, partner, recent conference championship games that have been needed to decide who goes to the Super Bowl. What do you got?
Well, if we go back to 2015, how about Green Bay at Seattle? And it looks like Green Bay's got this thing. Russell Wilson to Jermaine Kearse, that gets it done. And then go back to 2010. We think Brett Favre with the Vikings has the destiny. But they're in New Orleans. It's the Saints. And they get it done. And in overtime, go on to the Super Bowl. And they won that one. They beat the Colts, correct?
Yep. A couple of the more memorable ones for sure.
62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know, Charles, just thinking about it, plenty of recent conference championship games have needed OT to decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
And we can go back a little ways, can't we? Go back 2012. Giants in San Francisco. That was an overtime game. The Giants ended up going on to the Super Bowl. How about the one where the Giants went to Green Bay, Lambeau, and beat the Magic of that stadium in a freezing, bitterly cold game and got it done there?
Yeah, it was 2008. It was absolutely freezing, and they went on to beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl that year. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Decision to be made on 4th and just a few inches in overtime. What do you do?
I know you've got to weigh it out as a head coach, because if you don't get it, you've turned it over in a great spot for the opposition to go down and win the game. But 4th and inches, I think what most teams do is they say, if we can't get inches, we don't deserve to win anyway.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them, perfect time to get it done.
They are into field goal range, but definitely thinking touchdown as they come up 1st and 10.
Looking to throw. Wolf. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. To throw again. Wolf. Complete to Newsom. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Things now, Charles, looking pretty good here. A great opportunity to try to cash in for 6 on the opening possession of overtime.
And what I'm liking, Brandon, is what I see down on the sidelines. I see a defense huddled up and ready to go, already preparing for their opportunity to go on the field and close out this game.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone. This thing's over.
And I remember my coaches always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this wing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across.
That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. And Charles, that touchdown alone doesn't win him the game anymore with the rule changes in overtime in the postseason, but they still went down, scored, got the job done, and now they put it in the hands of their defense.
And with the other side now guaranteed an overtime possession, getting that score was vital. The pressure is now on their opponent, and their defense, they have to play off the momentum the offense generated. One stop, and they end this game.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays.
And it's capped off by the touchdown from Kenny Galladay.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
From deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Well, CD, in the regular season, they would already be celebrating. Not so simple here in the playoffs. Now they also need to make a defensive stand if they want to pick up the victory.
Yeah, and I'm sure the team would be in favor of just taking the win right now, but in a small way, those defenders also kind of happy for the rule change because now, on the big stage of postseason, they're the ones who can come out here and lock down the victory.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He's going to let it go again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, 1 OT wasn't enough. We better make it 2 to determine who advances to the Super Bowl.
Back to throw again.
That's caught left side by the tight end Boyle. And he is going to have the Packers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
This is where the new rule comes into effect. In past years, this game's over. They've got a chance, though, to match touchdowns now. It's first down. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
He's going to try and take off with it. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be here. Second possession of overtime. Obviously, Charles, they need the touchdown. And now looking pretty good here in the red zone.
And in addition, they face a very important decision if they do reach the end zone. Kick the extra point, take the tie, and send this game to sudden death. Or go for 2 and let it come down to one last 2-point try.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
4 downs to get into the end zone and tie this game. It's 1st and goal.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. And he's got it. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Touchdown, Packers!
Well, CD, they had the overtime answer. Now the question, do they tie it or go for the win?
Well, the teams already knew the best teams. They made up their minds before they got to the end zone whether they were going to go for 2 or go for the tie.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he puts it through. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
And now out come the Giants.
Well, one touchdown answered by another, and we see those new overtime rules come into play and extend this game here, partner. So now it's nice and simple from here on out. Next score wins.
It certainly is, isn't it? Even with the new rules, this is why winning that opening coin toss is so valuable. Now we've reached sudden death. They get the first crack at ending this playoff classic. Execute the same way you did the last time out, and they will certainly be celebrating shortly thereafter.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
2 minutes to go in overtime. We will keep playing if we need to. We are all tied up.
Sudden death from this point forward. Next score wins. It's first down here.
Back to throw. Wolf.
Open man is Newsome. He's got it.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
A handoff to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll go to Barkley again. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this.
What a treat this ball game has been, and it just keeps going. 2 teams trying to get to the Super Bowl, and a 3rd overtime about to begin.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Now, do you try for more yardage or get to the spot that your kicker wants? Here's 2nd down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
So it'll all come down to the right foot of Eddie Pinheiro.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This for a trip to the Super Bowl. And the kick is good. He got it. And with that, they are off to the Super Bowl.
Charles, they put those postseason overtime rules in to give the team that starts on defense a better chance. And here in this game, we saw that team take advantage and score a big win in overtime.
And they absolutely knew they were playing for their season when they took the field in overtime. And not only did they get the answer to keep the game going, they kept it up and made the deciding score themselves. Give them big-time points for determination and spirit, and it defines the great postseason teams.